Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon. It's $5 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, we talked a bit about, body stuff, Kyrix's past, and then officially became boyfriends and did what boyfriends do. Woo woo. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything, so let me reset my face and start. That morning, I woke in a similar and equally compromising position to how I'd done a good week before. Oh, right, with the drinking. Except this time, it was in Diego's bed and not on his couch. There was also the very important consideration that this time it wasn't weird or inappropriate, even though we were both butt naked. Diego was still sound asleep, so I took the opportunity to cook breakfast. Nothing like waking up to the smell of breakfast boigas. The process only took several minutes. Before long, I got back to Diego's room, plates in hand. He had not yet awoken. He placed his plate on the sheets where I had been sleeping, mere inches from his nose. With any luck, that smell would awake him. The smell did not wake him, but I knew what else might. I moved the plate of food to the beside table. Beside table? Like a nightstand? Anyways, and got back into bed, slipping underneath the covers. There, I saw Diego's sheath. The only thing more delicious than our upcoming breakfast. He was peeking slightly. Perfect. I had been waiting far too long to do this. Rather than half-hearted licks, I grabbed the sheath in one and slid my tongue down the bottom of his head, as deep within the sheath as I could. And I thought I could have gotten through this without H stuff. Oh well, it is what it is. I began massaging his dick with my tongue, which, unsurprisingly, elected a response. Listed? With his size having grown, there was enough for me to put in my mouth, and so I did. Zzz. Surprisingly, he was still sound asleep. Not for long. I began sucking him off, using my tongue as generously as I was able. His taste was savory and slightly salty, but not all that bad. Not in a bad way. Huh? A few moments passed before the bedsheet was gently pulled over my head, revealing Diego's surprised expression looking down at me. He made eye contact for a few short seconds before a warm smile spread across his face. This was followed by a brief look of shock as he caught the scent of his breakfast. Upon having seen it, his smile grew only wider than before. It was no time at all before he was rock hard. I took this opportunity to involve my hands, strategically stroking his member with one while fondling his balls with the other. This was clearly having a noticeable impact. Diego's breathing accelerated as a gentle moan could be heard from above. I'm gonna... I fearlessly persisted, increasing the pace and giving everything I had. Exclamation mark! Suddenly, my mouth was flooded with warmth and mildly bitter, yet somehow delicious taste enveloped my tongue. I tightened my grip, milking him for every drop before pulling back and closing my mouth. You're not gonna... Owington responds, following up with a big gulp and a satisfied lick from my lips. Hey, it's free protein. Heh, who knew you're such a freak in the sheets? I mean, is that freaky? You haven't seen anything yet. He is a husky. Yeah, I think I might need a sensor. I can't really tell on either of these screens, but still. Damn, dude. Between breakfast and Well, this might be the best wake-up call I ever had. Diego grabbed his boiga and took a hearty bite. By this point, his grin was so wide, it nearly escaped his face. Given Diego's willingness to eat in bed, I took this as permission to do the same. I grabbed my plate, picked up my boiga, preparing for a bite of my own. That's one thing I really need to do. Besides get a boyfriend to suck him off. It's having breakfast or some kind of meal in bed. Because I remember when I was younger, I always wanted my dad to get room service so that we could eat in bed. Because that seemed like the coolest thing. But I have never eaten in bed. Like, at least in the past couple of decades. I need to do that. Sounds great. Dude, don't you want to, brush your teeth or something? Are you kidding? That was the appetizer. I took my first bite, mixing Diego's flavor with that of the breakfast boiga. Phew, holy shit, I'm loving the sight of you already. Wait, don't you have to work soon? Yeah, I do. Damn, it should have been me cooking you breakfast, not the other way around. Sorry, that was lousy of me. It's fine, dude. I was up first and wanted to wake you up with style. Heh, well, you sure did a great job. I'm sorry, I'll do better. What's gotten into you all of a sudden? You've done literally nothing wrong. Yeah, I guess you're right. I need to stop second-guessing myself. It's kind of what I've gotten myself into. With everything that's happened, I guess I see every missed opportunity as a major failure on my part. It's easy to feel like I'm not good enough, you know? But I know, it's stupid. Dude, you're not just good enough. As far as I'm concerned, you're damn perfect. No matter what happens, I'll always think that. Even if I don't live up to it? You don't have to. You're you, my best friend, my boyfriend. There's nothing else I'd rather be with. There's nobody else I'd rather be with. And you'll always be more than good enough. Thanks, Adrian. You saying that means a lot. It's a hard thing for me to believe, but that's my issue, not yours. I understand. I'll be here with you every step of the way. You'll be your old confident self in no time. I promise. I swear, you're much too good for me. Wait, I swear, you're much too good for me. Stop saying shit like that. Sorry. Following our breakfast and the subsequent exchange, I got myself ready to work and headed in. Upon arrival, Lucas briefed myself and the rest of the team on the day's work. Today, we're providing security for a small-scale political speech. The town's mayor was announcing some new policies, some of those which might upset a small subset of the populace. We were in charge of assuring nothing goes awry. I mean, I guess he might need security, but what is the mayor doing which would upset a small subset of the populace? Though maybe that's just like everybody, somebody's gonna get upset about something. Naturally, it would be a bad look for us if things got out of hand, so this has to go off without a hitch. I'll be up the front of the room, near the mayor. Dom, you'll be in the back. Adrian, Eric, you'll be both on the doors. There aren't metal detectors in place, so one of you will be man those, while the other stands near the door and keeps an eye out for trouble. I'll let you decide between the two of you who's doing that. What? I'm sorry, I'm reading too fast. All going well, this shouldn't be particularly long work day for any of us. Any questions? Lucas scanned the room. Dom shook his head. Eric was just staring at his shoes. Eric, are you paying attention? Yes, boss. Do you have any questions? No, boss. Good. Eric seems strangely obedient today. What happened? I can only guess the little stunt he pulled the other day got him severely reprimanded. Stunt? Are we talking about the, Photoshop? I've been sworn to secretly, I'm afraid. Secrecy. Suffice to say, Lucas was mad. Well, now I'm just curious. It looks like the past few days have been interesting for almost everybody. You can say that again. I've had to concerned with Russell the past few days, but I guess he isn't all bad? I've had to contend? Oh, contend. I can read! I mean, I'm a wolf. Being able to read is, incredible for being a wolf. I take it you're warming up to him? A little. I guess I made my interest with Axel pretty clear the other day, so there's no harm in being blunt about it. I realized he isn't a threat. Oh, so, okay. Yeah, I think they had a thing where he was into Axel, but was kind of threatened by Russell, because Russell was chill with Axel, or familiar. Anyways, they're just old friends, and Russell has done a lot to be very accommodating to me. So I guess I could say I'm thawing out a bit. I won't say I'm done. I'm 100% comfortable with him, though. That's understandable. Have the past few days been interesting for you? Well, as of yesterday, Diego and I are now official. What? Really? Officially gay? Yep. Congratulations. I'm happy for you both. Diego sure needs someone like you in his life. I'm glad you think so. Make sure to look after him, okay? He deserves a clean break. Promise. Are you boys ready to roll out? Anytime you're ready, Lucas. Good to go. Good. Let's get moving then. Also, are we all looking as fly as... Fuck, what is his name? The fox guy? Or are we all just kind of in our everyday wear? Before long, our team arrived at the building where the mayor was due to give a speech. Sorry, I need to do a yawn check. I don't know why reading makes me yawn. It just does. As Lucas had requested, I was manning the door while Eric operated the metal detector behind me. Things on our end went off without a hitch. Eventually, the facility was full to capacity, and the people waiting to enter dwindled to almost nothing. This gave Eric and me the opportunity to talk. You seemed awfully meek earlier. Me? Meek? Never. Really? You seemed awkward around Lucas today. No flirty quips or anything. What's up with that? You're just imagining things. I somehow doubt that. Dom noticed too. I'm guessing he came down pretty hard after that stunt you pulled the other day? Oh yeah, he came hard. How do you know about that? I went in to help Lucas get the printer working. As soon as it's connected, it's picked up the cue. I see. Yeah, that was a mistake. And we'll leave it at that. Alright. Oh, by the way, I have a progress to report. Oh yeah? Lay it on me. Dig and I are now official. Whoa, congratulations. Does that mean you've seen the goods? Is that all you think about? Guilty as charged. So, have you? Yeah. Satisfied? Very. That's what I like to hear. But yeah, we're just starting out, but I already care about him a lot. I suppose being friends for so long as we've been helps with that. That's what I'd like to have with regards to an SO, significant other. Have friendship, and then relationship. Because usually it's like, hey, if you're good enough to be friends, then you want to hang out with him even when you're not banging him. Never would want to be one of those relationships where it's like, hey, you're my girlfriend and not my friend who's a girl as well. The type people who are like, well, we have nothing in common, but we kind of like to bang, Makes sense to me. Good to hear. You got what you wanted. What's next for you then? You say that as if I'm on a spree to court as many guys as I can. I mean, I would be, but that's just me. To answer your question, he's got his first fight in the combat tournament tomorrow. For the immediate future, I'm just gonna support him with that. He hasn't had long to train, so I'm hoping he'll be ready for it. Either way, you'll know soon. Yep, we've already met his first opponent too. A shark by the name of Russell. Looks pretty strong, but might be too laid back for his own good. What do you... A commotion from within the building caught our attention. Turned face in that direction, we saw Lucas had a guy face down on the ground, his hands bound. Something's going on. Only moments after, police officers arrived and took the man away with Lucas, following them to the door. Eric and I shared a look of surprise. What was that about? Turns out the mayor's new policy is unpopular. He probably knew that before, probably why he hired us in the first place. Though I wonder how unpopular is it? Like, okay, it could be more taxes, which, you know, fair enough. Though it could be taking public property and privatizing it. Or it could be a number of things. Oop. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, except for maybe that guy. And I doubt anyone would try anything after that show of power. Eric's expression briefly suggested he might have a clever and no doubt sexual quip to make, but instead he remained silent, a decision that he seemed to find depressing. Depressing? Yeah. Given Eric's prior persistence, Lucas must have really brought out the big guns to cause him to fall in line. I was dead curious as what that might have entailed, but Eric certainly wasn't talking. Considering how far I'd gone the last time I pressed people for secrets, I didn't feel confident in digging around to find out more. It was best I just left it. Considering how far I'd gone the last time I pressed for secrets? Hello. Soon, the speech wrapped up, and we manned the doors once more, returning any goods held in reception and seeing people on their way. The crowds thinned to almost nothing, and the four of us met in the center of the room for a debriefing. Good work, everybody. That went about as smoothly as it ought to have. Couldn't have done much about that one guy, but you handled it. Indeed. Crowman, I do apologize on the mayor's behalf. Most understandably, his desire to remain following the incident was lacking. For the mayor to remain at the place? I'm sure you are aware, local government employed the Cutter Corporation to provide services such as this until recently. Said corporation is the state's preferred provider. However, the mayor has been most dissatisfied with the quality of the services received, and thus he went against the desires of his superiors in higher government to seek alternative options. He has requested that he pass on his most enthusiastic satisfaction with your team and their performance today. I dare say he will desire your services once again in the near future. So, who is this other corporation? The mayor has an eye for quality. I'm glad somebody does. Cutter has been undercutting our prices with his awful services for months now. Right, I remember there being an undercutting people. Cutter Corporation? So we're competing against an actual corporation? No, wait, are we a corporation? I think would be a bit small for a corporation. So why do the people not want local quality services? I mean, maybe it had to increase the taxes or something. I would suspect his low prices do have a lot to do with why they've gotten the state contract. Typical. But I have to say, all But I have said all I wish to say. I bid you all adieu. That guy creeps me out. He was speaking on behalf of the mayor? Does he work for the government? Spencer has his finger in many pies. Not all of them makes much sense to me. Like the pie factory. Still, that's good news, right? Sounds like you've got more business coming. And the pay was surely generous. Cutter won't be pleased though. I should steel myself for a phone call. Anyway, good work all of you. We're done here. Our group dispersed and headed our separate ways. I had no plans for the rest of the day. I could head straight home to Diego, or I could spend some time in town. Well, we have to do side stuff, because, that is me. I'm a side man. Is the mayor the lion? He could also be the founder, too. This does seem like a pretty modern town. I made the decision to head to the food court instead of heading straight home. Also, question, do towns pop up these days? Because usually I don't think towns... Usually to me I don't feel like towns pop up. They just cities envelop small towns, you know? Food court. I'd been eating largely the same things Diego had been while I was happy to do so in supporting his training. I had cravings. This way, I could eat what I wanted without tempting him in the process. Seemed like a win-win. Upon arrival at the mall, I made my way to the food court and pursued my options. Kebabs? A donburi? Buffet? Maybe just a boiga. Okay, what's a donburi? What is it? Donburi. It's Asian? There's a whole bunch of different things. But let's see what the thing says. Japanese rice bowl dish consisting of fish, meat, vegetables, and other ingredients simmered together and served over rice. Donburi meals are usually served in oversized bowls, which are also called donburi. Okay. Base rig. Yeah, it's the white screen behind it. So for some reason, a white screen just makes my eyes go wiggy. Donburi. Whoa, dude. Fancy, running into you again. Russell, what surprise. Right, is Diego not with you? Nope, I just finished work, and I'm dropping by for a bite to eat before I head home. I wanted to eat like trash without tempting him. That's totally noble of you, dude. Respect. I'm here for the same reason. If I wouldn't bother you, we could, eat together? I don't honestly see why not. What were you planning to get? I was thinking sushi. Got my first heat tomorrow. I don't want to overdo it. What about you? A boiga. A huge burger. Juicy and tender. Got those meat cravings, huh? Was this the game where they actually have, chicken burgers or something like that? I remember one game where they had, animal meats. Not insects. It's where do these chickens come from? Though I guess the smoke room also has donkey-ass donkeys. Anyways, get those meat cravings, huh? This wouldn't be the first time I've had meat today. Ooh, but you can never have enough. Right you are, dude. Let's get our grub and meet somewhere. It'd be pretty cool to chat for a bit and stuff. Okay, see you soon. I made my way to the boiga place and joined the queue. Several minutes passed before I made my order. Several minutes more before my meal arrived. God, that reminds me of a time. So, I was at MFF, got really hammered, and then the next day, me and my friends were out at the mall, and I wanted to try ramen, and it took them forever forever to make the ramen. Like, over 30 minutes, I guess. I guess it was their opening thing. And for some reason it tasted like fish, even though it was meat. And I couldn't finish all of it. It was like, wow. Give me those little cup ramen noodles any day. Being hungover didn't help it either. I'd gone overboard. My order included one of the biggest, most extravagant burgers on the menu, with fries and drink. On top, I ordered some chicken bites and a strawberry-flavored sundae. That, god damn it, that sounds good. Having grabbed my order, I made my way to the table where Russell was already waiting and sat down opposite of him. Heh, whoa, dude. Actually, check the time. Okay, you weren't kidding about eating like trash. What can I say? I had cravings. I totally get you, dude. Looking over Russell's plates, he ordered a bento. There were several pieces of sushi, a spring roll, and some kind of meat and rice meal as the main event. Damn, that actually looks quite good. It is, man. It is. So, how's Diego's training going? Do you think he's ready for a fight tomorrow? I hope so. He was a very late entry, so he hasn't had much time to train. I know he's nervous. He probably has nothing to worry about, man. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm just here for fun, and to meet new people. And so far, so good. I met all you guys. That was pretty surprising, given I only moved here a few days ago. I'm quite new here myself. I got lucky in that I met Axel on the train ride over. I already knew Diego, and met a bunch of people through both of them. It can be real tough moving to a new town on your own. He isn't saying like all the time. That's weird. Are you an imposter? I was really lucky to run into Axel like that. We're friends in school. And through him, you met us. That's a great result, huh? Yep, I hope no matter what happens tomorrow, we can all be friends. Knowing Diego, if he loses, he might be a bit sour for a bit. But butter him up a bit, and he'll be fine. How do you do that, my dude? Food. It's like totally simple. I dig it. Heh, shall I exchange contact details? If things go badly for him, I'll arrange a time with you to drop some pizzas by, or something. That's good of you, man. Here. Russell passed his phone to me. I held them back to back until there was a ping sound, and then confirmed the sharing of her details over both devices before handing his phone back. Do phones do that? I mean, I guess they can. I have an Android that I've had for a couple of years. I've never tried that. Bah. God. That should do it. Sweet. That's an interesting area code, man. You from the city? That's right. Ain't Woodcrest a little small compared to what you're used to? Honestly, I like it. The city sucked. That's like, fair enough, my dude. Being stuck in that traffic every day would be a major bummer. It's also super expensive. It's nice here. Diego owns his own house, so I'm just sort of staying with him right now. Nice. Did you have much trouble finding work? Nah, I got set up really quickly. Got put in touch with a few contacts, and managed to pick up work through them. I see. I'm still looking. Well, one of the guys I'm working with might be able to offer you something. Do you want to text me? Do you want me to text you their details? I'd appreciate that heaps, man. I pulled my phone back out and texted him Ty and Luke's information. The first guy is Ty. He owns a bar nearby. I don't know if he's looking for workers, but he's a great guy. It's worth a shot at least. The second guy is Lucas. He's a bit cranky, but overall a decent boss. He does event promotion type work. Tell him I sent you. Hopefully that's worth something. Why do you say that? Well, I haven't been working for Lucas long. It's like you're passing a torch, my dude. Kinda. I'm like in the same situation as you were, right? Yeah, I guess there's something weirdly poetic about it now that the shoe is on the other foot, so to speak. Appreciate you, dude. Anyway, thanks for sharing lunch with me. I better get moving. Gotta squeeze in as much training as I can. Are you sure that's wise? Diego's taking the day off to make sure he's recovered. Whoa, like, I didn't think of it like that. I guess it's pretty smart. Maybe I should take it a little easier. I assume you'll be at the fight tomorrow? Yeah, that's the plan. I hope you won't be offended if I cheer Diego on. Not at all, my dude. I guess I'll see you there then. Catch you soon, my man. Russell got up and made his way out of the food court. I finished the final bites of my meal. Man, I was stuffed. I got up and followed suit shortly after Russell. I was curious as to how next day would go. Diego's chances were good, considering how lax Russell was, but there's still a chance he would lose. Either way, Russell seemed like a stand-up guy. Hopefully, however the following day went, we would all be friends after the fact. Yeah, 30-minute mark. Big stretch for a wolf. It was gym day and also interview day. It was okay. Yeah, a big sleepy. And doing these things do tire me out more than other Let's Plays, you know, non-visual novels, because you have to read a lot. I don't have my grandma's ability to talk 16 hours. God, that woman can talk. I visited her recently, and I mean like summer 2023 kind of thing, which is, you know, months in the past for when I post this. I'd wake up at 7-ish o'clock, she'd start talking. Around 10 o'clock, you know, at night, I'd be like, hey, Grandma, it's time to go to bed. And the only time she would stop talking in between is to have food. God, she could talk. It was amazing. Anyways, until next. Oh yeah, comment, cause like, comments. Alright. Tell me to like, dislike, tips, because otherwise, if you like my YouTube and like to see grow, then please subscribe and check out this epic grown. Please don't spend your ammo side control the pet population. Maybe I should get coffee. And if you want to play this game, it's free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, Patreon. And until next month, say me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. So thanks and see ya.